Most men spend their whole lives trying to make women like them. They talk more, give more, chase harder, and still get overlooked. But attraction doesn't start when she sees you. It starts when her instincts feel you. It's not about what you say. It's about the shift she feels in her body when your presence enters the room. You're not here to impress. You're here to reframe how she sees you, because the moment you control perception, you control emotion. These are the 6 Machiavellian secrets that change how women react to you instantly. No tricks, no pretending. Just real control of presence, rhythm, and silence. When you master them, she won't just look at you differently. She'll feel you differently. If you're truly ready to change your life, write in the comments, "I'm ready to change." Because once you make that decision, everything shifts. Here's the first secret to know and take advantage of. Women love the man whose value can be felt, not explained. They don't fall for what they understand. They fall for what they sense. Therefore, you must absolutely stop trying to prove your worth and start making her feel it in silence. Most men destroy attraction by overexposing their value. They talk too much, reveal too early, explain too deeply, as if words could buy respect. But the truth is, once you try to prove something, you've already admitted it's not obvious. A Machiavellian man never explains his value. He embodies it. He walks like someone who knows something others don't. He speaks like every word costs energy, and he's careful where he spends it. He looks at people as if he's already read their next 3 moves, and that's why they become uncertain around him. Imagine this. You enter a room, calm, grounded, no rush to greet or please anyone. You're scanning the environment quietly, but your attention is selective. You only engage when it matters. The man next to you is loud, over-smiling, trying to please. Guess which one she's drawn to? The silent one, because uncertainty activates desire. A woman's attraction isn't logical. It's primal. Her mind asks, "Who is he?" But her body already reacts before she finds the answer. Your calm energy triggers something ancient, the sense that you are in control, not competing for attention, but commanding it through restraint. Machiavelli would have advised, "Let others exhaust themselves with words. A ruler rules through the weight of silence." That's because silence isn't emptiness. It's space filled with tension. It's the invisible suggestion that there's more behind the surface, and she wants to uncover it. Here's how to apply it. Speak less, but when you do, make every word count. Hold eye contact just long enough to challenge her rhythm. When you smile, let it be slow, deliberate, as if your approval is a reward, not a default. And when you listen, really listen, not passively, but like you're measuring what her words reveal about her psychology. In everyday life, the power of silent value is this. At work, it makes your colleagues adjust their tone when they speak to you. With friends, it makes your presence feel heavier, more grounded. With women, it creates a quiet storm of curiosity. She starts replaying your silences, wondering what they meant. The goal isn't to talk less. It's to make every silence mean more. Because when she can't quite read you, her imagination does the rest. And once a woman's imagination starts working on you, she's no longer in control of her attraction. You are. So remember this final truth. Words impress the mind. Silence seduces the soul. And when you master both, you stop chasing attention. You start commanding perception. Here's the second secret to know and take advantage of. Women love to feel seen, but only by a man whose eyes don't seek approval. Therefore, you must absolutely learn to look at her not as a prize to win, but as a mirror that reflects your own calm dominance. Most men crumble under a woman's gaze. They look too long, too hungry, too eager, and in that instant, they lose polarity. You can't attract what you worship. You only attract what you evaluate. The Machiavellian man looks at a woman like a strategist, not a beggar. His eyes never chase. They measure. They tell her, "I see you, but I'm deciding if you deserve to be seen by me again." That one difference shifts everything. Picture this. She catches your eyes. Instead of holding the gaze desperately, you hold it with calm authority, and then you look away first. Not as retreat, but as control. You're the one who ended the connection, which flips the power dynamic completely. Because the moment you stop needing her attention, she starts craving yours. Machiavelli would have whispered, "Those who depend on another's favor have already surrendered their freedom." And that's exactly what most men do. They give away their power through their eyes. The secret is to see her differently. Don't stare at her body like a reward. Look at her energy, her behavior, her reactions. See her for what she reveals, not what she presents. That's when you stop being one of the many and start becoming the man she can't categorize. Women crave to be understood, but only by men who seem impossible to manipulate. When you look at her as if you're decoding her, she feels exposed. Not in a bad way, in a thrilling way. Her ego wants to hide. Her desire wants to be found. Here's how to apply it. When you meet a woman, keep your posture calm and your gaze stable. Look at her as if you're analyzing, not admiring. Let a half smile form, as if you just discovered something about her she doesn't even realize. Then look away with composure. Leave her wondering what you saw. In that instant, you're no longer another man looking at her. You're the one making her look inward. And that's the ultimate shift. She stops wondering if you like her and starts wondering what you think of her. The result? She starts performing for your attention instead of expecting yours. Because deep down, every woman is drawn to the man whose perception feels like a test, not a compliment. So remember this. You don't win a woman by chasing her eyes. You win her by making her chase what your eyes mean. Here's the third secret to know and take advantage of. Women love a man who makes them feel, not a man who keeps them comfortable. Therefore, you must absolutely learn how to create emotional motion, tension, unpredictability, and excitement without ever losing your composure. Attraction dies in predictability. When a woman knows exactly what you'll say, what you'll do, and how you'll react, she stops feeling the spark that made her curious in the first place. Most men believe that being consistent means being available, agreeable, and safe. But in truth, emotional safety doesn't awaken desire. Emotional rhythm does. The Machiavellian man understands this instinctively. He doesn't create drama. He creates contrast. He knows when to be warm, when to withdraw, when to tease, when to turn serious. Every interaction with him feels like a story, not a script. Picture this. She's laughing, relaxed, expecting you to compliment her. But instead, you pause. You look at her for a moment longer than usual, let silence stretch, then change the subject completely. That micro-disruption, calm but confident, triggers something primal. Her body feels the tension her mind can't label. She starts to wonder, what is he thinking? Did I say something wrong? Number. You just rebalanced the dynamic. Machiavelli would have advised, keep them uncertain, for uncertainty keeps them obedient. And in modern attraction, that means keep her emotionally engaged, never fully secure, never fully anxious. A woman doesn't crave control. She craves a man whose presence she can't quite predict. Here's how to apply it. Stop responding instantly. If she flirts, match her energy. But when she expects more, give her less. If she pushes away, don't chase, observe. Then re-engage later on your terms. Speak in rhythms, vary your tone, slow down your pace. Let pauses hang before you answer. It's not manipulation, it's orchestration. You're creating emotional texture. In relationships, this rule becomes gold. One day, surprise her with total attention. The next, disappear into your work or ambition. Not to play games, but to remind her, your world doesn't orbit around her. This mix of presence and unpredictability builds fascination stronger than gifts or praise ever could. When applied correctly, controlled chaos makes you unforgettable. Because the human mind remembers contrast, not comfort. And when she feels that magnetic uncertainty around you, she'll replay your words, your pauses, your silences. So remember this truth. You don't have to be chaotic, just powerful enough to make calm feel exciting. Because the moment she can't predict you, she can't forget you. Here's the fourth secret to know and take advantage of. Women love men whose energy feels like direction, not distraction. Therefore, you must absolutely cultivate the kind of calm authority that makes her follow your lead without ever feeling forced. Most men think dominance means aggression, raising your voice, flexing your ego, trying to control outcomes. But real command isn't loud. It's quiet certainty. It's the feeling that you know where you're going, and that whoever's with you is already safe. Not because you said so, but because your energy makes it obvious. The Machiavellian man never seeks control. He embodies it. He walks like time moves for him. He speaks like everything he says is already decided. He acts as if every movement has purpose. And this subtle, grounded energy changes how women perceive him. He doesn't ask for respect. He radiates it. Imagine this. You're on a date. She's testing you, teasing, disagreeing, trying to pull a reaction. Instead of debating, you simply smile, let her finish, and say calmly, "You can think that if you want." Then you change the subject. No anger, no defense, just command. That moment flips the polarity instantly. She realizes she can't control you emotionally, and her attraction deepens. Because here's what most men never understand. The more reactive you are, the less powerful you appear. Every time you justify, argue, or over-explain, you trade authority for approval. But when you respond with calm indifference, you make her feel something most women rarely experience: stability. Machiavelli would have advised, "He who controls himself controls all." And he was right. Power isn't about controlling others. It's about never letting anyone control your inner state. Here's how to apply it. Slow your movements. Don't rush when others are rushing. Lower your tone when others get louder. Maintain strong posture. Shoulders back, gaze still, breath steady. When you speak, pause before answering. Make silence your punctuation. These small acts of control signal dominance far louder than words ever could. In social settings, this energy shifts everything. Men talk over each other trying to prove importance. You stay calm and wait. And when you speak, people listen. In relationships, it's the same. The woman who tests every man suddenly finds herself relaxing around you because you don't bend. Your calm becomes her chaos's opposite, and that's what hooks her. Here's the essence of this secret. Power doesn't announce itself. It anchors the room. And when your presence becomes her emotional anchor, you no longer need to pursue. You simply exist, and she orbits naturally around your composure. So remember this truth. You don't have to dominate her to attract her. You just have to be the one man she can't shake, because your calm commands more than any display ever could. Here's the fifth secret to know and take advantage of. Women love men who value them, but never need them. Therefore, you must absolutely master the art of selective indifference, showing warmth without dependence and interest without investment. Every woman feels the difference between a man who chooses her and a man who needs her. The first one excites her. The second one drains her. And yet, most men collapse into emotional dependence the moment they meet a woman they truly like. They text more, wait for replies, seek reassurance, and confuse effort with value. Machiavelli would have warned you long ago. The one who depends, dies. In relationships, dependence kills respect faster than infidelity ever could. The Machiavellian man doesn't stop caring. He simply never stops choosing. He knows his life existed before her, and it'll continue after her. That awareness makes his attention feel like a privilege, not a pursuit. And that's exactly what makes women cling to him. Picture this. She sends a late-night text, half flirt, half test. Instead of rushing to reply, you wait until morning, answer calmly, and redirect the conversation to your world. Not as punishment, but as proof that your life is already full. You're not withholding, you're prioritizing. And that shift is magnetic. Because here's the paradox. When your energy isn't consumed by her, she becomes consumed by you. When you don't ask where she's been, she wonders where you've gone. When you don't beg for attention, she starts earning yours. That's how emotional polarity is built, through selective presence. Here's how to apply it. Be intentional with your time. If you have work, gym, passion projects, they come first. When you give attention, make it rare and deliberate, like a luxury item, not a routine. Never reward inconsistency with presence. When she withdraws, stay still. When she leans in, engage with warmth. Then step back just enough to remind her she's not your axis. This balance creates a rhythm that women can't resist. She feels your care, but she can't predict it. She feels desired, but not possessed. And that tension, that exact uncertainty, is what keeps her emotionally engaged. Because deep down, a woman doesn't want to lead your emotions. She wants to feel them, steady, directed, sovereign. When your world doesn't revolve around her, she realizes she's orbiting you. So remember this truth. You don't win women by proving your devotion. You win them by proving your direction. Because every man who chases loses frame, and every man who chooses keeps it. The moment she senses that you could walk away and still be fulfilled, she'll do everything she can to make sure you never do. Here's the sixth and final secret to know and take advantage of. Women feel a man's true power not when he's present, but when his absence still echoes. Therefore, you must absolutely learn how to leave behind emotional fingerprints, traces so deep that your silence speaks louder than another man's attention. Every ordinary man believes that presence equals power. He tries to stay available, visible, reachable, afraid that distance will make her forget. But the truth, as Machiavelli would have whispered, is the opposite. The feared absence binds stronger than the constant presence. Because when you're gone and she still feels you, that's not attraction anymore. That's imprint. Think about it. When you leave a conversation unfinished, when your tone lingers in her mind, when your smell fades but your rhythm stays, her imagination starts to do the work for you. And imagination is far more powerful than presence. Her mind begins replaying you, reshaping moments, amplifying every silence. What she can't fully explain becomes what she can't fully escape. Picture this. After seeing you, she goes home and scrolls through her phone. The room feels quiet, but not empty. She replays your words, your gaze, your restraint. You didn't promise her anything. You didn't overperform. You just left behind the echo of calm dominance. And that echo grows louder the more she tries to silence it. That's the paradox of absence. When done right, it amplifies your presence tenfold. Because absence isn't emptiness, it's energy left hanging. It's the unfinished note that keeps replaying in her mind until she hears the resolution. Here's how to apply it. Never overstay your presence. Leave when the connection feels alive, not when it's dead. Be the one who ends the call, who walks away first, who doesn't explain every emotion. Keep mystery alive by letting moments breathe, not filling every silence, not answering every question. And when you reappear, do it with calm purpose, as if you never left. but simply returned from your empire. In relationships, this principle becomes lethal in the best way. When she senses that you can disappear into your purpose and return unchanged, she realizes you can't be owned, and women respect what they can't own. Your distance becomes a mirror for her emotions. Every second without you makes her feel the void more deeply. Machiavelli would have said, "Power is not in the hand that reaches, but in the one that withdraws and is still remembered." That's why the Machiavellian man doesn't vanish to punish. He vanishes to preserve his mystery. His silence is not cold, it's sacred. It reminds her that his attention is earned, not given. Because when your presence is heavy, your absence becomes addictive. And when she starts craving your calm more than your touch, you've transcended attraction. You've become influence. So remember this truth. You don't make her miss you by disappearing. You make her miss you by being unforgettable when you're there. Leave behind energy that lingers, silence that hums, and confidence that stays long after you walk away. Because when you master that balance, she won't just remember you, she'll feel you, in every quiet room, every slow night, every glance at the door. That's not attention, that's control. And that's how the Machiavellian man wins. Not by being seen, but by being felt. You've just walked through the secret corridors of perception, where silence seduces louder than words, and absence burns deeper than touch. And now you see it clearly. Power was never about control. It was about contrast. Calm in chaos, stillness in noise, mystery in plain sight. From this moment on, you don't compete for attention. You command it by existing differently. Your words weigh more. Your energy travels further. Your presence lingers longer. Because once a man learns to be felt without performing, the entire game bends in his favor. Money, respect, desire, they all start orbiting around the same core, your composure. So stand still, brother. The world will move for you now. You've crossed the line from reacting to rewiring reality itself. This isn't the end of your journey. It's the beginning of your reign. If this opened your eyes and you're serious about becoming the man who's in full control of his life, my book is now available. The Undeniable Man, Built to be Chosen. It's a strategic guide for men who want to attract, lead, and dominate in their love life and beyond. Whether you're single or in a relationship, no fluff, no tricks, just pure, powerful strategy that will set you apart from 99% of men, and that you will actually use every day. The link is in the description. And if this video spoke to you, don't just keep your thoughts in your head. Write a comment, even just a few words. It helps you remember these lessons, and it might help someone else too. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this content, and share it with someone who, in your eyes, needs it right now. Just trust your instinct. We're all trying to get clearer, more solid inside. So let's build minds that don't break.